Hello and welcome to another video. Today we're going to speak about the Spot installation process. I'm going to show you how to install Spot on your computer and get the program up and running properly, and how to deal with any little issues or hiccups which occur along the way. So when you downloaded the demo version, or when you bought the retail version, we would have sent you an email, and that email contained your product key, and it's important you keep a note of that because you'll need it the first time you run the software. And it also contained a link to the installer, to the location from which you download the setup file. Now, the location for the retail version and the demo versions are different, and you'll see a link to those in the description to this video below the video window. But I'll show you anyway how you can download it and install it from our site directly. So let's get a browser open. I'm going to open Chrome. This is on Windows 10. I'm going to go to the Spot software site, and along the top here in the menu I'm going to click the Changes button, and that shows the latest changes to the software, rather unsurprisingly. And at the top you'll notice there's a link to the most recent setup version. So let's click that, and you'll notice that down here at the bottom left of the Chrome window it's downloading the file. So it's downloaded now and it's ready. I'm going to run this directly from Chrome, which is not recommended. I'll explain that in a minute. So let's click Setup Exe. It's opening it, and Windows has blocked it. There's not much you can do because there's just a button that says don't run. However, if you have a little label here called More Info, then you're in luck. If you don't have a label here which says More Info, you're not in luck, but I'll show you how you can get that label to appear. Click on the Start button here in Windows. Click on Settings. In the Settings window, click Update and Security. And then over here on the left, Windows Security. And then in the Windows Security Protection Areas section, click App and Browser Control. And in the Check Apps and Files section, you'll notice there are three options: Block, Warn and Off. If you have Block selected, change it to Warn, because by changing it to Warn, this More Info label will appear over here. Let's close that now. Drag that back to the middle. And when I click the More Info label, another button appears which says Run Anyway. Let's click that, and it's preparing to install. Nearly there, and right, so now we're ready to begin. Click Next. Accept the terms of the license agreement. Click Next again, and you'll see there's an important notice. That important notice only applies really to people who are running Spot on a Mac via something like Parallels. It's saying that you have to have version 4 of the .NET framework installed, and if you don't, I'll show you how you can install it. Again, click on the Start button down here. Let's change it to Windows. Open Control Panel. In Control Panel, click Programs and Features, and then up here on the left, click Turn Windows Features On or Off. And there's a list of Windows features, and you'll want to tick the first thing in the list, Net Framework 3.5. Okay, so if you're running if you're running Spot on a Mac, on Windows on a Mac via Parallels, you'll want to make sure that you have a little tick there. It's not a tick, it's a square in that little Net Framework thing, and click OK. So yeah, if you're running on a Mac, make sure you read that, then click Next, then click Next again, and again, and then finally we're ready to click install. And Windows asks you if you really want to install this program, and you say yes. And it starts writing stuff, copying files and registering all different sorts of things. And we're finally ready to launch Spot, which you can do directly from the Install Shield wizard. So click Finish. And you'll notice that the Enter Product Key window pops up. That's because this is the first time I've installed Spot on this machine, and there's no product key. So I know my key, I've just copied it, so I shall paste it in there, and then I click OK, and Spot says thank you, the product has been activated. Good. That means we can now actually open Spot, and there it is, the program has opened. So we've managed to install it, but there's still one more thing that we need to do. As a subtitler, you'll receive many different types of video format. You'll get MPEGs, you'll get MOVs, you'll get MP4s, and goodness knows what else. And Windows, out of the box, using the technology that Spot uses for video playback, doesn't support all those video formats. So it's very important that you install something called K-Lite. K-Lite is a codec pack which will allow you to play back almost any type of video. And you'll notice that in the Spot help menu there's a link there, so you click that link and then install K-Lite. I won't do it now because I've already got K-Lite installed on this computer. So there, Spot's up and running. So I took you all through that palaver about unblocking Spot and doing all that sort of stuff. There's an easier way actually. When you're in the Chrome window and you've downloaded the installer, let me download it again. There's a much easier method, and this will make sure that you don't have to go into the Windows security settings, etc. Instead of running the setup file directly from Chrome, click the little arrow, then click Show in Folder, and there is the setup file. Right click it, click Properties, and you'll notice that down here there's an option to unblock the software. So that setup file has been blocked by Windows because it's been downloaded from the internet. So Windows is trying to protect you. That's fair enough. So click Unblock and then click OK. And now you can double click that file and it will install Spot without bringing up the infamous smart screen and saying that it's been blocked. All right. So it would save you a lot of hassle if you unblock the file before you actually install it. You can also, which will help as well, run it as run it as admin. So you right click it and then you click Run as Administrator, and either of those options, sorry, it's been a long video. Either of those options will make sure that Spot gets installed on your computer without a problem. Okay. Thank you very much for putting up with this. It's been way too long. Rather tiresome and monotonous and boring. Any questions, leave a comment down there below or send us an email. Okay, so thank you very much for watching.